Hey guys, True Grit Scott Bulletproof Saws and BlueSaws.com. I got a quick video I wanted to make for you guys today, and you can see I got a bunch of plastics laid out, dyed different colors, and I wanted to talk to you. We're going to be putting these on Blue Saws in the next couple days, and what we got is some white 660 plastics. And what's pretty neat about that, aside from being able to do an all-white saw, which is kind of really cool, I've seen them before. I've seen guys do spray paint plastics, which chips off, looks like shit. You got orange flakes underneath your spray painted white. And then I've seen guys Cerakoting them, which also tends to chip off and costs a whole hell of a lot of money. But we got pure white plastics for the 660s available. And what I did was I threw some in dye and made a couple different colors. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. I'm going to put these up on Blue Saws, and we're going to have, single sets available. So that's all your plastics for your 660 available. Then I'm going to put, I don't know, 3 packs of them for a little bit of a discount, 5 packs, and then, bulk packs for other vendors who are looking for, 50 of them or 100 of them. We'll do something with that too. But the whole point of this is that, you can dye your orange plastics, or if you buy some aftermarket blue plastics, it's really easy to dye stuff. You can get black, but it's hard to take the orange and dye that to different, you obviously can't make yellow with orange. And I did yellow just for fun. And what's funny about it is this is the same yellow dye. And I know this looks real orange, which even outside, the reason I came outside was to get better light, because inside under, LEDs or fluorescence or whatever light I have, it really skewed the colors, because this looks more orange to me outside in the real daylight than it did, but there's, a steel orange compared to it. And then I got yellow. So anyhow, what I was going to tell you guys is this is the same bucket of dye, and the way I dye stuff is, I take it's a 5-gallon aluminum pot. I fill it with 3 gallons of water. I dump the, Rit synthetic dye in it, and I throw it on my wood stove, because we run a wood stove 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's how we heat the house. So I'll throw it in there, and then I toss my plastics in, and then I go away. Well, this was the first one I did, and I did it, later at night and fell asleep, woke up at 2 in the morning, pulled them out, and they were this dark. These ones I only left in for an hour or two, and that was about the right color. And what was funny, I kind of like this yellow, but when I pulled them out, I thought it wasn't, dark enough. Come back the next day and look at it after I go to bed. Come back the next day and look at it after it dries, and it's kind of a nice yellow. So that's the same dye in the same bucket, doing it the same way, and you could control your shading. I'm no dyeing expert, guys, but you can control your shading by how concentrated you make the dye in the pot and how long you leave something in. What's also pretty neat is I looked up on the Rit Synthetic website, and they have a color chart, and you could take, yellow and purple and make another color, and obviously this is basic color wheel kind of stuff, but there's a bunch of colors you can make by mixing the dyes, and I haven't tried that yet, but it looked like I could make some cool steel gray colors. I've done a bunch in black, like I told you. Everybody does a black saw here and there. But I took that black, and it's funny. I'll leave those pots sometimes on the wood stove, let all the water boil out of it so the dye's dust again pretty much. And I had that sitting there for, months. And I dyed a bunch of black plastics in it. So I filled it up with water because it's going to wash it out so I could use it for another color. It was sitting there, and I said, you know what, I'll throw something else in. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Maybe I need to zoom in just to show you guys. I will. This is the same black as this, but this was left in for an hour with a white base to get, it's kind of like a steel gray. And I like this color an awful lot. It's not as deep of a black, but I'll zoom in on it. So anyhow, guys, that's the whole thing we have. I'm trying to get my 440 and 460 plastics in white, but we have the 660 ones right now. They'll go up on the website within the next few days. And I don't know. I'm sure you guys are going to come up with more creative things, because I already had, the first guy I showed this to says, I always wanted to do one of those, red, white, and blue saws. And there was no way to do it except for spray paints. Now I could do a red, white, and blue American saw. But what's even more neat, so say you took the back cover, and if you knew somebody who did vinyl cutting, or you took little stickers, and I haven't tested this yet, but this is our thought, that I could take little vinyl stickers of stars and put it all over this. So if I throw this into blue dye, and that way I could get blue that's different than, say, the Farmer Tech blue. I could have any blue I want now, because I could dye white any color. When I peel it, after I dye it and I peel those stickers off, I'll have white stars that aren't painted on. They're not stickers. They're not spray paint. They're in the plastic, so they'll last the life of the saw. That's our thought on it, guys. I don't know. I thought it was a good idea, something to try, just for guys who want to customize their saws. I got my little almost pool in yellow, or maybe it's partner yellow. It's a little bit different. I'll zoom you guys in so you guys can take a look. I'll pause you for a second. That way you guys get a close-up view. Alrighty, guys, here's a close-up view of the white plastics. And when they come, they have all the pieces to the plastics. They have the knob on the back. They have the summer winter selector. The rear plastic has the rubbers for where it passes through. They actually have the rings that go around the intake boot on them too. So they're complete plastics. I even have the tags, blank tags, to go on top there, so you could write, whatever you want to write in them. So in the back there, that's the normal steel orange. Then I got yellow that sat too long and looks halfway between yellow and orange. Then I did my Poolin or partner yellow that's not quite right. And, I got to play with it. I'll throw it back in the dye, make it darker. Real tempted to throw it in with another color and see, instead of mixing the dyes together, if I could dye it one color and then overlay another color. That was the black, but that was a blue base to begin with, because the blue plastics dye black a lot nicer than the orange ones. Then this one, that's white, left in the black for not long enough to make it deep black, so it came out to like a steel gray. Well, that's what we got, guys. I'll pause you, talk to you for a second, and then wrap it up. Okay, guys, that's the story on the plastics. I'll get them up on blue saws this week, and we'll see. Again, they're obviously aftermarket plastics. Steel didn't make these. We got them. And I don't know what else to tell you about plastics, except hopefully we could dye some cool colors. And I got a bunch of ideas. I'm going to build a couple 660s over the next week or two, so I could deck them out and show you them with saws. But I was kind of excited to show you guys the white plastics that you could do anything with. So I figured I'd just take a video of them outside on the rock with my, one of my dogs roaming around in the background. Anyhow, guys, True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws, and BlueSaws.com. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, do me a favor on YouTube. Give me a like, give me a share, give me a follow, because it's we make these videos and it's like the best kept secret in the saw world, and people find it, and I get emails from guys like, I had no idea. And listen, our video production is in the dirt. We're busy messing with saws 24/7. It's all we do. We're a full-time saw shop. So, if we're not out doing wood, we're working on saws and we're playing with different things. And we have so many different models of saws we're playing with. It's hard for me to get out and do these videos. But if you like them, let me know, because I want to do more. But maybe nobody's interested. True Grit Scott. Stay safe, guys.